G'day everyone, I'm Macca and welcome to another episode of Blokes and their Bikes. Today, I'm at Chris Cormack's house. Let's go and see if he's in. G'day Mr Cormack, how you going?
I'm well, Macca, yourself?
All right, it's all right if we come down and have a look at your bikes?
Oh, absolutely. Did you bring some beer with you?
No I didn't. Geez mate, you got a few Yamahas here, buddy.
Yep, well that's all you'll get in this household.
Mate, we've got the, what's a YZ250. I'm not real good on Yamahas, but I'm guessing it's a F.
That's a 1979 model YZ250F, yep.
How long you had this bike, Chris?
I bought this off a guy in Toorak for 80 bucks and all the chassis was all bent over like this and I spent about 2 years restoring it.
Mate, you've got a few here. We'll go and have a look at this this IT175. I haven't seen one of these for years.
Well, I haven't either and I actually haven't had this bike for very long. We've recently started to compete. Well, not really compete, but participate in these vintage enduros, which is basically enduros with old motorbikes. And I sort of got the feelers out there early in the year and asked everyone who had an old IT in their shed, and yeah, came across this beauty. It's all original.
Mate, is this your first bike you got, is it? Or is this what you learnt on? Or what's this here?
I wish it was my first bike, but no, that's my young lad's bike. That's Harry's bike, and he's having a lot of fun on that at the moment.
YZ400F, yes?
Yep.
79?
79, another 79 model. It's pretty stock. I got it as a very original bike off a local guy. About the only thing we did to this bike was we put some XL rims on it. And we had a new expansion chamber made up.
Now, mate, we've seen all the bikes out here.
Yep.
What we really come to see is your shed. You reckon we could go and have a look?
Sure, come on in.
No worries. Gee whiz, have a look at this shed. Absolutely sensational. YZ490.
It is, yeah. It's the old air hammer. I don't know, there's something about big 500cc two-strokes that just does it for everyone, I think.
Did you buy it new? How did you stumble across the YZ490?
Well, I just started to race a bit of Viper and I was targeting the pre-85 class at the time. I had a 250 version of one of these. We were just out and about and we popped into a garage sale, I think over Waverley Way. I noticed a back wheel appearing from underneath the tarp. So I asked the guy what that bike was and he says, it's some dirty old Yamaha that we take it up the bush and go riding on it. And he wouldn't part with the bike. So to cut a long story short, I had to...
I was going to say, how did you get the bike if you didn't part with it?
Yeah, well, I had to... Well, he had a camping trip coming up and I actually had to swap him a bike. I went out and I found an old bike and I eventually swapped the bike for him and I brought it home and I pulled it apart and we got it running and yeah, it turns out it's one of the old Trevor Flood team bikes, probably just one of the practice bikes.
Okay, now what people mightn't know is that Stephen Gall actually requests this bike when he actually rides at events such as Classic Dirt or something like that. He actually gets on the phone, he says, hey Chris, I want to ride this bike. Why does he like this bike?
I don't know, I guess it's a fairly easy bike to ride really. It's got nice tractable horsepower. There's certainly plenty of mumbo there if you turn the throttle pretty hard, you know.
Now, just looking around your shed, mate, I see you got a really good pair of Rossi boots over there.
The Rossis, yeah. They're, well, I think everyone started out with a pair of those, didn't they?
Yes, I did. I know I did. So.
And they protect the soles of your feet, but not much else.
Yeah, pretty much. Mate, can you ride this thing fast or are you just flat from the handlebars like everyone else?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. When I used to race this, they used to call me the flying tea towel because I'm about 65 kilos wringing wet.
Yep.
And this isn't ideal for me, believe me. This has got way too much for me.
Okay, mate, absolutely magnificent shed here. It looks a fairly old shed, but there's some new bits and there's some old bits.
It's actually not that old. I built this section we're in now probably about 2002. Because there was actually up the front there was an old shed in its place. A builder friend of mine came over a few weekends and we knocked this up. And,
a few beers and a few weekends.
A few beers, a few weekends and this is the result and yeah, it's really good.
Out the back here, let's go and have a look at your bar.
Come and have a look.
No worries. Mate, what an absolutely fantastic looking bar you got here.
You like that?
Absolutely magnificent.
It's pretty traditional Saturday afternoon in the shed here. A few beverages and yeah, talk about maybe what might be happening the next day, you know, at the races and it's fairly traditional.
Mate, got a beer fridge over there?
Oh, every good shed needs a beer fridge, doesn't it?
Yeah, Hooney hasn't got a beer fridge in his shed.
That's tragic.
I know.
I'm sure we can help him at some stage. Yeah.
I think we should all chip in and buy him a beer. Seeing around, you've got a TV there, you've got the bar fridge there. But there's one thing that concerns me a little bit, mate, the crystal ball. What's going on with that?
Actually, I think it went up with the Christmas decorations. As you know, it's Christmas all year round here because that never comes down.
That's right. Okay, mate, well, I think we'll wrap it up now. But thank you very much for being a part of Blokes in Their Bikes.
Yep, no worries
And for
at
being
all.
part of Blokes in Their Bikes, you'll get some lovely gifts from our good friends at King Chrome.
Wonderful.
But before I go, any chance of getting a beer?
Did you bring any?
No.
Well, you're in luck. I've got a few in there, so we should be pretty right.
No worries, mate. All right, we'll catch you next time. But remember, if it's classic, it's fantastic.
Well done, Macca, and thanks to everybody for dropping us a line wanting to be in the segment. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And maybe Macca will turn up at your door someday soon.